under the lights in New Iberia, where the Yellow Jackets are buzzing with purpose. After a 3-7 season last year, they're on a mission to turn the tide. A team with speed, size, and something to prove in front of a hometown crowd. But across the field, the Comeaux Spartans are here with a chip on their shoulder. They've been fighting through one of the toughest rebuilds in Louisiana football. But don't get it twisted. This team has heart. They've got experience, and they're tired of being overlooked. It's a showdown between two teams hungry for a statement win, and there's no better place to make noise than Friday Night Live. The New Iberia Yellow Jackets take on the Comeaux Spartans, and it all kicks off right now on Friday Night Live. Welcome to Friday Night Live.
It's time for Friday Night Live on KATC.
Good evening and welcome to KDNS News Channel at 6. We are here in New Iberia for week 3 of Friday Night Live. I'm Jasmine Thibodeau.
And I'm Jamarcus Fitzpatrick here where the vibes are absolutely immaculate with the band going on there behind us. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, it sure will. You know, we're moments away from the kickoff between the Yellow Jackets and the Comeaux Spartans. It should be an exciting game.
No doubt about it. It's going to be a good one. We'll see about how the game goes on the field, but first we're going to see how the weather is looking for tonight. Rob, what do you see?
Well, weather-wise, we are talking not too bad. We do have a shower close by right now, but let's bring in the tech and bring in the remote weather lab here. And we'll start with temperatures this morning. We're generally in the mid to upper 60s earlier today. 70 in Lafayette, but then topping out in the lower 90s this afternoon. Currently 89 degrees in Lafayette, 86 in New Iberia at Acadiana Regional. And as we take a look at the radar, notice we do have a couple of showers on the radar, but it's your 5% type of day. And with that one shower that we do have is close to just passing just to the east and now to the north of New Iberia, so certainly good news there. So for the game, we're starting out on the warm side, temperatures upper 80s, but it's going to be cooling off nicely, getting down into the upper 70s before the evening is done and before the game is over. And moving into tomorrow, kind of a carbon copy of today, another fair to partly cloudy day, just a slight chance of an isolated shower at about 10%, but that's what we can expect moving into the weekend as well. Coming up, a closer look at the radar, a look at the tropics, and the complete True View forecast. We'll have that coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, now we're here for the game, but most importantly, we're here for the community. And who better to tell us about it than the person who's here all the time, which is our Iberia Parish reporter, Katie Navarro, who has to tell us about a staple in this area. Katie?
Thanks, Jasmine. So today we're out here in New Iberia, and a new historical marker has been dedicated honoring the pirate Jean Lafitte and his tunnel beneath the Teche. I'm Katie Navarro, your Iberia Parish reporter, giving you an inside look at the legend.
Story has it that one day Jean Lafitte approached a homeowner pleading for help hiding and making a clean getaway. The answer? A tunnel running below the bayou. Once Jean Lafitte was on his way, he paid the homeowner handsomely in gold and gems, and now that bounty is buried somewhere completely unknown.
There's a trap door in the floor of, a room in the northeast corner of the house, and so when you open the trap door, you would go down a set of stairs, and there were 4 walls. It was like a small room, but in one of the walls there was a door, and that was the tunnel that led to the bayou.
I talked with John Pudge Sharp, the Assistant Director of Research at the Center for Louisiana Studies, and I wondered, why the Teche Tunnel? He told me a bit more about the Legends and Lore program, and I found out that these markers don't focus on stories that are historically provable, but those that are told again and again in communities.
So these are stories that persist over time and are told over generations and pass through families and people, like in this case at a school in New Iberia. So these are the kind of stories that aren't necessarily found easily other ways. So we try to get them done that way.
So whether the treasure is real or just legend, this marker ensures that this bit of culture is going to live on along the Teche. In New Iberia, I'm Katie Navarro, your Iberia Parish reporter with KATC TV3. Now you, Jasmine.
All right, thanks, Katie. Well, you know, there's another big event that's happening in Iberia Parish that I have to tell you about. The Sugarcane Festival returns to New Iberia next weekend. 3 parades will roll through Main Street: the Tractor Parade, the Children's Parade, and the Queen's Parade. A lot going on. We asked the festival president how it all began. Here's what she had to say.
2 years ago, with the celebration of a new sugar refinery that was built. And so at that time they decided to celebrate and have a festival and crown the first Queen Sugar. And so it's been that history ever since, just celebrating the agriculture and the production and the success that we have as a sugar industry.
Now, all parades will be non-throwing, and a clear bag policy will be in place at the Fedodo. Now, live music is set for the Fedodo stage in Bulani Plaza, and a street fair will also be part of the festivities. Now, while we're here in Iberia Parish, we can't forget about our neighbors throughout Acadiana. Here's a look at what's happening in your parish.
I'm Paris Flanagan, your Evangeline Parish reporter. Ville Platte is upgrading 4 parks across the city, including the North Side Park, which is still under construction.
All the parks, like I told you, I wanted to get something moving so people can see the progress. We facelifted the courts, we did the splash pad, we put new basketball goals, new playground equipment, new pavilions, so that people can see what's going on and see that we actually doing something, not just talking.
The $2 million state-funded project also includes security cameras and lights. Other parks with upgrades include Hargrove Park, the Gloria S. Frank Hope Park, and the Native Plant Heritage Park.
I'm KATC's Penelope Lopez. I haven't really been able to sleep good because when I close my eyes, I see his face.
She couldn't hold back her tears. Camilla Levine, younger sister of retired Deputy Charles Levine, is still trying to make sense of it all.
The morning of the accident, I was in my bathroom getting ready for work.
On Friday, September 12th, her brother died in a head-on collision that ended with one vehicle fully engulfed in flames. According to reports, Levine was traveling west on Highway 338 when another vehicle was traveling east.
So I'm sitting in my car looking at my phone, and I see where somebody had posted the accident. And I commented on it, still not knowing nothing.
For reasons still under investigation, Levine's vehicle crossed the center line and struck the other car.
It's gonna take a while for it to really sink in and be like, my brother is, he's really gone, he's not here anymore.
I'm Jay Malbrough, your Jeb Davis Parish reporter in Elton. Gabe Fontenot has returned to his roots with a mission. The owner of Hunt Insect Repellent hopes to grow his business while uplifting the community that raised him. With the launch of his new distribution center in Elton, Gabe is turning business success into local impact, hiring residents, college students, and investing in the future of the town.
Our interns at McNeese are the brightest and best that Southwest Louisiana has to offer. What they bring to the table and what they've done for the company has been crucial. This younger generation understands so many things that are vital to business, especially in the consumer market.
By bringing operations home, Gabe is proving that rural communities like Elton can be places of opportunity and innovation with the right leadership.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's really looking good out here right now. They got some music bumping in the background. I'll tell you all you need to know about the matchups coming tonight, and Rob's going to have that weather forecast coming for you after the break.
That's right, Jamarcus. Weather-wise, a shower nearby has actually cooled us off a little bit, but we'll have the forecast for all of Acadiana coming up. But how about some cheering going on before we get to that break?
And now, here's the weather.
a great intro. So weather-wise, let's talk about it, what's going on. And as we take a look at the water,
I didn't even do anything.
northwesterly flow, courtesy of high pressure that's over by Mexico, and then low pressure off to the north. But overall, we're looking pretty good weather-wise going into the weekend. Last weekend of summer, by the way, because we do hit fall coming up. Here, weak high pressure off to our north and east is allowing for a light east-northeasterly flow of winds, and we're getting a few showers popping up locally. More activity as you get up over toward Mississippi. But let's zoom into Acadiana, and we'll show you kind of exactly what showers we have. We'll have one or two down in Cameron, and then another shower that's in St. Martin Parish. Kind of zoom into that a little bit. And that shower's north of New Iberia now, so that is good news for us, and it's heading right for the St. Martinville area. So some shower activity on your way. So let's use the power of Power Doppler 3 to zoom in on exactly where we are here in New Iberia. And we can go down to street level on the radar, or just to show you where we're standing right now. So that's exactly where we are. So let's take a look at the tropics. Tropics looking good overall. We are looking at not a whole lot going on with respect to anything in the Gulf of Mexico. But let's move out into the Atlantic basin. We have a couple of tropical waves out there that we're tracking, and one that's come off the African coast by the Cabo Verde Islands that looks like it's going to develop, but it's going to be more than a week down the road. It may develop as it gets closer to the Caribbean. So something we may have to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, we have Tropical Storm Gabrielle out in the mid-tropical Atlantic. No threat to land at this point. No threat to the Western Hemisphere. 50-mile-per-hour winds, and it looks like it's going to pass just to the east of Bermuda with the tropical storm force winds also east of the Bermuda area. So certainly good news there with respect to that storm. Could be a Category 2 storm, by the way, though. As we look at our future cast here, 69 or 70 for the morning start, not too bad. Back into the lower 90s for tomorrow afternoon. Then we do much the same, lower 70s for Sunday morning, back into the lower 90s. Rain chance tomorrow, 10%. Sunday, about 20%. And then we may be pushing up to 20 to 30% on Monday. So we'll see how that plays out as we move forward. Taking a look at the forecast moving forward, this is the big story. Are we going to see that frontal boundary? Looks like that may come in along about Thursday. So we'll see if we get that drier air. Right now, it doesn't. We keep pushing it back a couple of days. We may have to wait till October. 69 the overnight low tonight in Lafayette. So not too bad by daybreak. That's near normal for this time of year. Then up to about 92. Again, rain chance at about 10% across the area. There'll be a few pop-up showers. And getting into that 10-day forecast, we'll see temperatures in the lower 90s as we round out summer. Fall officially gets here on the celestial calendar as we get into Monday, and then hopefully a little bit more comfortable as we get toward the end of that 10-day forecast, toward the end of the period. So that's what we have for weather going on right now. We're looking at a nice, quiet pattern. It looks like the game is going to be good. Back over to you guys for a wrap.
Special one as when we come back, sports with DeMarcus.
Thank you so much, ladies. And we are back here for Friday Night Live. And we're also getting ready for our Friday Night Live game of the week between the Notre Dame Pioneers and the Turlings Catholic Rebels. It's a matchup between two teams that have 2-0 records. And also it is the very much veteran head coach in Lewis Cook taking on the up-and-comer in Michael Corville and his Rebels. Let's talk about Turlings for a second and how they've been really prolific on offense with how they have been scoring. They're averaging 47 points a game behind the arm of quarterback Alex Munoz. The Pioneers offense has also been scoring at a high clip, dropping 42 points last week against Ville Platte, but with a balanced attack as ND threw for 133 yards and rushed for 168. Now, if the Pioneers are able to control the ground game, they'll pick up another non-district win for against a larger school, that is. Turlings, meanwhile, will need to score quickly and get off the field on third downs. And we will have the highlights from that game and so many others tonight starting at 10:18, so be sure to tune in.
Hey, after we run, make sure we're working, okay? Because they're man covered.
Last week, Catholic High head coach Matt Desimo earned the Saints Coach of the Week. The Panthers are off to a 3-0 start after picking up a 56-21 victory over Patterson last night. This comes on the heels of winning their first state title since 2017. On to some college football now, as Louisiana is trying to find its groove on the offensive side of the ball and try to jumpstart their offense. The Cajuns are currently the worst aerial attack in the country, averaging just 46 yards per game. That includes their 4 yards that they had against Missouri last week. For head coach Michael Desimo, to fix this issue, it's about everyone taking ownership of their job.
When you're just running the football and that's all you're doing, you're going to get these loaded boxes and it's going to get really, really hard. And then you're going to stop having explosives in the run because there's an extra hat in there when it's not clean. So, we got to keep working it, and we're going to keep trying to set up shots and things off of it and nakeds and quick games. And we're going to keep playing the game the way that I think we're going to have to play to win.
And the Cajuns will look to get back to 500 as they take on the winless EMU Eagles. The game is scheduled for 2:30 p.m. and it's also EMU's homecoming, and it will air on ESPN+. And later that night, number 3 LSU will face Southeastern. The Tigers are 39.5-point favorites, and they have the chance to spark their offense that's 81st in the nation in scoring offense. But we still have a few things to look at before we close out our show, so let's check in with Jasmine before we go to break.
Okay, stand by, y'all. All right, well, of course, we're here in New Iberia. In just a moment, right after the break, we're going to highlight a local nonprofit that's doing big things here in the area. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, we are, again, in week 3 of Friday Night Live. And, anytime we do this, we love to highlight a local nonprofit. And that's what we're doing today. A nonprofit who's doing big things for the community and putting on a big event for families. They have something to go to, especially during a certain holiday. Take a look. Bayou Traditions is keeping the holiday spirit alive in downtown New Iberia, led by the city's beloved Christmas parade, a tradition that's lit up Main Street for generations. As a dedicated nonprofit, they also host community favorites like Pancakes and PJs with Santa, Taste of Maine, Santa in the City, and the Queen City Christmas Festival. Executive Vice President Jenny Toop says planning kicks off as early as July, staying true to Christmas in July. With over 100,000 lights and a mission to spread joy, Bayou Traditions is making memories, but they need your help to do it.
We are always welcome for volunteers to help us. We need as many as we can. They are welcome to go to our Facebook page, and also we have a website, BayouTraditions.com.
You're sending a Nova.
Well, of course, right now I'm joined by Jenny Toops, a part of Bayou Traditions. Jenny, thank you for everything that you do for this community, and that's why we want to give a donation to you guys to help y'all continue doing what you do of $1,000. So thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. We are truly humbled by this generous donation. We could not do it without the city of New Iberia, who is our co-sponsor, our wonderful community that comes out and supports the parade, and of course KATC for this, thinking about Bayou Traditions and giving us this donation.
And before we go, when is the parade?
The parade is Saturday, December 13th at 5:30 in downtown Main Street.
And she was telling me about the beautiful lights. You don't want to miss it, so make sure to come out December 13th for that parade. We'll be back right after this break.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll...
I was looking at you instead of the camera. Oh, is that right?
We'll take a picture.
All right, let's take a last look at that weather as we take a look at that 10-day forecast. Summer ahead, something to cheer about, though, for next week. We're looking at temperatures that could be a little bit cooler as we head toward the end of next week for the morning lows getting down into the mid-60s. So not looking too bad on the 10-day forecast as we move forward. Great football weather tonight. A little warm, but it'll be cooling off, guys.
Hey, we're looking forward to that. We're having a great time out here. We have the cheerleaders behind us. It's been a great time.
Hey, they playing some great music out here, too. I mean, That's setting the stage for a really good football game here tonight. We've got a lot of great action. We'll have the highlights from all those games coming up for you tonight in our 10 o'clock newscast, so it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
That's right, so make sure to tune in tonight for Acadiana's News Channel at 10. But that's a wrap for Acadiana's News Channel at 6. Of course, we'll see you then. Have a great evening.